Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Wade here. We're talking XRP and Energy Web in this one. Yes, they are back at it again, and we have a brand new platform. This time it's focused on the carbon market. Now, I always like to give credit to where I get this information from, guys, because I don't just do it alone. I have a very strong network on Twitter, and this one is coming from RDN, one of my favorite accounts to follow, especially when we're talking about Energy Web. Now, the relationship with Ripple and Energy Web actually goes back a long time. If you look at Ripple's website and you see where it says that they're the first decarbonized blockchain in the space, well, it was Energy Web that helped them do that. And ever since then, Ripple has been going full steam ahead into this energy market, carbon credits, things like that, ESG, which we know where all of this is coming from. ESG standards, they're often sent down from the UN. The UN is the same organization who created the SDG goals for 2030. And a large portion of that agenda is centered around environmental use cases like this. So yeah, oftentimes this discussion can be quite difficult for people depending on which side of the argument you lie on. But here's something that whenever I come across this information, I preface what I'm about to experience with this thought. I've watched this narrative unfold ever since I was a child, and it's one of the few things that has been a constant. So that means that there's some money going in there. And if the name of the game in crypto is to follow the money, this is definitely one of those use cases where it's happening. But we have here October 2021, Ripple and Nailnet announced 44 million clean energy fund for a more sustainable future. Then a few months after that, they really hit the ground running with this one. Consensus, Ripple, EDF, Energy Web, targeting public blockchains to go green. What this was the creation of the Crypto Climate Accord. And as of today, there are more than 200 companies on this accord. All right, more than 200 companies. And you can see here, Energy Web, RMI, and the Alliance for Innovative Regulation recently unveiled the Crypto Climate Accord, an initiative committed to making the cryptocurrency industry 100% renewable by what year? 2030. The accord accounts for leading organizations in the financial technology arena and has support from the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change. That just sold it up for you right there. So yeah, the relationship between Ripple, Energy Web, the XRP ledger, going back to 2020, you can see how strong it is, right? And then just last year, 100 million to scale, strengthen global carbon credit markets, guys. And again, it hits on those goals. Ripple will also build a portfolio of additive long-term nature and science-based carbon credits, some of which will be used to meet its own commitment to achieve net zero by 2030 or sooner. In addition, the funding will continue to support new functionality and developer tools that enable carbon credit tokenization as non-core fungible tokens on the XRP ledger. A lot of people are overlooking this use case, but this is one of the few ones that is directly implementing the XRP ledger. It's getting straight to the root. And I would think that if you're holding XRP, this is something that you want to see. Despite the conversation around the focus of the use case, we're talking about performance. All right? It's not a game. It's not a game. Performance. And again, the year 2030, that pops that up. But bringing it back to Centigrade and what this platform is, to summarize this without digging deep and filling your ears with all of these heavy energy related terms, this is going to be a carbon credit exchange. It's going to be networked and connected essentially using Energy Web's grid technology, and the XRP ledger is going to be processing the transactions. That is the easiest way that I can summarize it for you, right? And let me hit you with this. Out of the 166 pages that the Rocky Mountain Institute just published in correspondence with this news, I think this is the most important diagram. Non-exhaustive stakeholder mapping of the complex interactions between market actors. And oh boy, was that document complex. But what you can see here vividly is the money flow that they're looking to activate with this new platform. All right. So you have suppliers on the left side. All right. And in the middle, you have your retailers, tokenized credit platforms, and Ripple. What did they say that they wanted to do? Tokenization of carbon credits on the XRP ledger. So the companies they have listed here are just prerequisite partners that they've done pilots with, things like that. But you can easily imagine Ripple being right there. Brokers, that would be Energy Web. So they're talking about your energy brokers. Carbon credit funds, VCs, those investing. And then here's this too: institutional and individual traders and investors. JP Morgan. Wherever you see JP Morgan, you know a lot of money is coming. All right. That's going to make up the core infrastructure of this whole value chain. That's what we're looking at right here. And then carbon credit retailers, that's these three companies here. I believe Energy Web has a few applications, a few companies in their ecosystem that sit on the retailer side. You can easily slide them in there. All right. These suppliers here, carbon credit suppliers, we touched on that. Now, let's jump over here to the demand side, because I know you see the companies. These are the bigger companies. You know these companies: Microsoft, Netflix, Delta, Shell, BP, Airbus, H&M, right? So I want to call back to the video I did not too long ago about Energy Web's, Netflix's use of Energy Web technology. All right. Even though it wasn't explicitly stated, there wasn't a direct sentence where Netflix said, hey, I'm using Energy Web technology for such and such. You really had to do the reading. What Netflix was doing was using renewable energy credits to buy sustainable aviation fuel. The sustainable aviation fuel and the credits were coming from a platform that was running on Energy Web token. So that's just one use case. Now, what you do is you multiply this. You multiply this between Delta, which is an airline in and of itself, and I do believe Delta is in the Energy Web ecosystem. Airbus, same story. H&M, you got to get these clothes. You got to get these materials, these fabrics from different places in the world. All right? They're not taking the bus. They're putting it on an airplane. Shell, BP, same story. Microsoft, chips, different parts, all of these things. Yeah, that's what makes this so big. And to summarize it all up, that's really what this is coming to, guys. And again, like I said, personal feelings about the environmental conversation, the narrative aside, it's where the money is flowing. And it has been flowing in this direction for as long as I can remember. So now that I am of investing age, I just think it makes sense to follow that money. And we are big fans of Ripple and Energy Web on the channel. So I thought this was a great piece of news to share with you. I've been gone for about a week, guys, but I'm getting back to it. I'm getting back into the flow of things. Things are going great. Really can't lie. Really can't complain. Couldn't find a reason to if I tried. So with that, hope you found value in this content. If you did, there's a few things I need you to do for me. Hit that like, subscribe, ring the notification bell so that way you don't miss the next one. And as always, I want you to have a great day, have a prosperous day. And most importantly, if that money is digital, so is the hustle. I'm Wade Teamer. I'll see you in the next one.